public video about my personality and decisions I make. I used to be impulsive. I'll start with my grandpa. There was a hurricane in Florida. A cactus tree fell and it blocked the door. And I couldn't open the door, so I went around. And when I saw the cactus blocking the door, I just picked it up. Then I dropped it and went to my grandpa, and he took out, but he said, not even a monkey would do what I just did. And he took out all the needles and stuff. And he also told me that these things, they travel through my blood and they go into my heart and they poke my heart. That a doctor had explained it to him. So don't pick up a cactus, eh? Well, that's when I was 19 years old. That's called impulsive. Another time at a gas station, I was the cashier, and this man was yelling at a woman. And out of chivalry, I went out there with my 160 pounds, 5 feet 10. And I said, is something wrong, ma'am? And he said, get back inside. He was so rude to me. And then I decided to come out and find out what's, but I didn't know that I was supposed to call the cops. I didn't, and I live in the United States, but I didn't do that. Now learn, gas stations are slippery. So the guy began to pick up something like garbage bags, right? From the floor. And I suspect that, I later found out it was his wife. I think she had thrown the things out of the car at the gas station, and he was picking up his stuff. That has happened to me also in the house, in this house. I've called the cops and said, yo, the spouse is throwing my things outside. Could you please come get her? And they said, we're not going to come for that. One time, and then the other time they did come. And by then she was behaving. And so what happened was, the guy went to pick up another bag and he gave me his butt. And since he had just yelled at me, I felt lightning come into my body and I kicked him. But I slipped and fell and hurt my hip there. And he turned around and said, young man, now he was only 30 something, but and he was probably as skinny as I was. But he said, don't make me use this curse word that I learned in the army on you. Go back inside. And at the same time, the woman spoke, and she said, no, he's my husband. He's my husband. So that's how I ended my days of chivalry. And of course, my family loves to go places that I don't like going. Like on July 4th, they like going to the park and seeing the fireworks and things like that. But I don't like going for two reasons. One, I don't want to see the miniskirts. All right, I don't need any of that excitement. Two, I don't want to see the men, the young men, or, well, thank goodness it's only been young men showing their underwear. I just don't want to see that. Number three, I don't smoke, and I believe it should be illegal. All right, now why? Because I don't want to smell the cigarette smoke. Like even at school, elementary school, I went inside after I saw two women hiding in the bushes smoking cigarettes. These are moms that are talking after they drop off their kids. And I went inside, I told the receptionist, and she said, really? But she didn't go out there and she didn't send anybody, and I'm like, ah. So a year later, I see two women standing in the parking lot smoking their cigarettes, and I walked real fast so they wouldn't be finished. And I went and I said, may I see the principal? And it was a new principal. And I got to see the vice principal. What's wrong? And I said, they're smoking outside in the parking lot. In their car? No, not in their car. So I'm meddlesome because I don't let things go, right? Another time, I don't go to the park because I saw Dad swinging his little girl around, you know, going around in a circle. And coming from a child care background, we were told that you could hurt the girl's wrists. So I told him, sir, I went to a parenting class. They said not to do that. And he just looked at me and said, she'll be all right. And he swung her around again. You know, it's like, I don't want to deal with people anymore. So I just stay away from public places. In fact, if I know that this park, I love going to the park. Now, I don't go right now because my dog doesn't have a harness. She pulls me on the bicycle. She chewed it. So that's why I don't go to the park right now. So I was also planning on getting an electric wheel for the bicycle so that the bicycle would go, because sometimes she can't pull me on the trail, on the uphill. Alright, so that's my personality. Now at the same time, when it comes to fighting, I took Tai Chi Chuan, and most of that is just getting out of the way. Just get out of the way. But my grandpa told me, or taught me, look, before that guy comes over here, you better know if he's going to hit you or what he's going to do. So when I used to go out on dates in Miami, I used to carry $1 here or $2, and then the homeless guys or the guys panhandling would come over and said, "Sir, could you?" And I would just give it to him and keep walking. "Thank you, you're welcome," because that's the environment. But now I'm going to teach my children, don't go out at night. If you do, be your own driver so that you can leave the place on your own. From the Mormons, I learned, don't go anywhere that there is beer, alcohol, right? And then if the girl smokes and you don't, it won't work. All right? It just won't work. My opinion about smokers is, if they smoke cigarettes, they also smoke drugs. All right? I don't drink, but I just had I think it's called a sangria. But of course, I've been drinking 1 glass, or actually 1 cup, maybe half cup. And of course, I added like a gallon of water, so I've had it for like 4 days, because just a little bit makes the room spin on me. So I don't drink at all. I like red wine though. But again, the last time I had red wine was maybe well, the first time I was 21, 22, and the room spun. And I've had it maybe 4 times in my life. And not a whole bottle. I'm talking about just a little bit. I just don't drink because for me, drinking is a waste of money. It's not like they give it to you free when you go to the store, you know. I'm into moringa and what is that thing? Soy milk, you know. And that's what I like, you know. If you ask me what I want to drink, I'll say milkshake, the old milkshake. But now I'll mix it with soy milk. But then I don't know how the ice cream is made. I think it comes from cow milk, dairy. I don't know. There might be a soy milk ice cream, you know. I have to look that up. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy your life. Be safe. What else? If you're in any religion, find out about it. You know, like, I'll leave you with one that I just learned maybe a few years ago. I can do all things through Christ who strengtheneth me. Talk to you soon.